Welcome back to the deep dive. Our goal, as always, is to help make you the most informed person in the room. And today, well, we're looking beyond the bright lights of Hollywood. You know, when you think cinema, the scale of Hollywood is just huge. Hundreds of big films every year, massive budgets, global stars we all recognize. But here's something interesting, something you find if you dig into, say, film critics' lists, or even searchable data like IMDb's Top 250. You actually see non-Hollywood films popping up more and more, occupying a lot of those top spots.
And that number, it hints at something deeper about what makes a film powerful, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Hollywood often feels like this giant rock concert,
Yeah.
loud, flashy, overwhelming. But the films we're digging into today, they're more like the lone guitarist on a small stage. Quieter, maybe, but the melody, the
Yeah.
human story, it just gets right into your soul. No spectacle needed.
That's the core idea, right? Spectacle versus soul. So we're going to zero in on 5 specific moments from world cinema Japan, Russia, Iran, South Korea. Scenes where really simple things, a camera angle maybe, or just silence, or a single line, somehow felt more powerful, more memorable than millions spent on effects. Let's get into what makes them work so well. Okay, first stop. 1953, Japan. Yasujiro Ozu's Tokyo Story, often called one of the greatest films ever made. The story sounds simple enough. An elderly couple goes to Tokyo, visits their grown-up kids, but, well, they find they just don't quite fit in anymore. Their kids' lives are busy, modern, different.
Yeah, what Ozu nails is that emotional gap that can grow in families. It's almost chilling. And the scene that really stays with you, it's at night. The parents are sort of processing things. And the father asks his wife this question. It's quiet, but it just lands with such weight. He asks, "Do you think we are guests now?" Just devastating.
Simple words, but loaded with years of unspoken feeling. And how Ozu shoots it is fascinating, too. I read he uses the static wide shot, the camera's low, like the Tommy Matt level, no close-up pulling you in.
Exactly. That's classic Ozu minimalism. Hollywood would, swell the violins right there, telling you exactly, feel sad now. But Ozu, he refuses. No background music at all. He trusted silence. He thought silence makes the viewer do the work, engage with it personally.
Do the work. That's a great way to put it. By not manipulating us with close-ups or music, he makes us think about our own parents, our own fears of maybe becoming disconnected or a burden. That recognition, that's the power.
Precisely. That one question is like dropping a stone in a still pond. The ripples just keep spreading. It's not a plot twist you forget. It's an emotional truth. And it makes sense why, back in 2012, directors polled by Sight and Sound magazine voted Tokyo Story the best film ever. It's about that raw, unadorned truth.
Okay, so Ozu used stillness for truth. Our next film uses frantic movement to show internal chaos. We're heading to Soviet Russia, 1957. Mikhail Kalatozov's The Cranes Are Flying, a really groundbreaking film for its time, won the Palme d'Or at Cannes.
Right, it was a big shift from the sort of standard Soviet war film look. The scene is just heartbreaking. Veronica, she's in love with the soldier, Boris. She races to the train station to see him off to the front line. But she misses him. Just misses him.
And instead of just showing her face looking sad, which is maybe what you'd expect, the camera does something completely wild for the time. It starts spinning, a continuous, dizzying spin around Veronica as she's frantically looking through the crowd for him.
Yeah, back then, tracking shots were mostly for action, right? Following someone running or a car chase. But here, it's pure psychology. That spinning, that blur. It's her inner world collapsing. Everything's tilting, unstable. It's the feeling of utter loss and panic made visual.
Wow. So you, the audience, almost feel physically dizzy, which helps you understand her emotional state. It's such a clever way to show the personal impact of war without a single battle scene.
Exactly. It connects the camera work directly to the feeling. That spin feels so raw, so visceral. It shifted the focus from, the big battlefronts to the individual lives just shattered back home. That was pretty revolutionary for the late 50s.
Okay, building on that idea of technique serving something deeper, let's jump back to Japan, 1950. Akira Kurosawa's Rashomon. This film wasn't just a critical hit, it won the Golden Lion in Venice. It basically blew the doors open for Asian cinema internationally. People suddenly took notice.
And the film itself. It's about a samurai's murder, but the real subject, the thing Kurosawa is obsessed with, is truth, capital T. We get 4 different versions of the same event, the murder, from 4 different people. And they don't just differ slightly, they're fundamentally contradictory.
Right, and it's not presented as simply who is lying. It feels deeper, like it's about memory itself and perspective and ego. The film suggests truth is like a shattered mirror.
That's the perfect metaphor. Each character holds a piece, sees their own reflection, and insists that fragment is the whole truth. But it isn't. No single piece shows the full picture. Kurosawa was really prodding at something, maybe challenging the idea that there are simple answers, especially in post-war Japan. He's saying truth is complicated, relative, shaped by who we are.
And the look of the film reflects this too, doesn't it? I read that Kurosawa sometimes shoots right into the sun or uses this dappled, fragmented light coming through leaves.
It visually reinforces the confusion. Like even nature itself is caught up in this mess of truth and lies. It denies you, the viewer, any easy clarity. Hollywood loves the big reveal, the detective saying, aha, this is what really happened. Rashomon refuses that. It leaves you with this philosophical weight, questioning not just the characters, but your own perception of truth. That ambiguity is why it's still so powerful.
Let's shift gears now to Iran. The Iranian New Wave is famous for finding huge themes in really small, everyday things. Majidi's 1997 film, Children of Heaven, is a perfect example. Oscar-nominated, really beloved, and it's all built around a pair of shoes.
Just a pair of shoes is brilliant. Ali, a young boy from a poor family, loses his sister Zara's only pair. They can't afford new ones. So the kids come up with this secret plan. They have to share Ollie's sneakers, timing their school days perfectly so they can swap them back and forth without their parents finding out.
The tension built from that simple problem is incredible. And the scene we want to focus on is Ollie's big idea to fix things. He finds out there's a local kids marathon, and the prize for third place is a brand new pair of sneakers. Suddenly, this race isn't just a race. For Ollie, the stakes are immense.
Totally. And notice the camera work here. Majidi often uses these low-angle shots, focusing right on Ollie's little feet as he's running, pounding the pavement. By staying low, it emphasizes the effort, the struggle, but also the importance of this goal. He needs third place, not first, not second, third. It's all for his sister. Pure self-sacrifice.
And then comes the twist, the emotional gut punch. Ollie runs his heart out, crosses the finish line absolutely exhausted, and realizes he came in first. His face just falls. Instead of joy, you see this crushing disappointment. He failed his sister because he won the wrong prize.
It's such economical storytelling. That one look on his face says more about love, poverty, sacrifice, and the absurdities of life than, a whole montage could. It just proves you don't need massive budgets. You need a real human story, even one sparked by something as small as lost shoes.
Okay, finally, let's come to the modern era with a film that took the world by storm. South Korea, 2019. Bong Joon-ho's Parasite. Palme d'Or winner, first non-English film ever to win Best Picture at the Oscars, plus 3 others. Just phenomenal. And it's this incredibly sharp, witty, but also brutal look at class difference, social inequality.
Yeah, and Bong uses space, architecture, geography so cleverly throughout the film. The scene everyone remembers, the symbolic heart of it is the stair sequence. The poor Kim family has infiltrated the wealthy Park family's home. A sudden torrential rainstorm hits while the Parks are away, flooding the Kim's own basement apartment. They have to flee the Parks mansion, and the camera just follows them as they descend endless flights of stairs, down, 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 back towards their own neighborhood far below.
It's relentless. That simple act of walking downstairs becomes this devastating visual metaphor for social structure, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Those stairs represent the social ladder, but it's a cruel one-way street. Bong shows how easy it is for the wealthy Parks to metaphorically descend. They interact with the lower classes as employees, drivers. But for the Kims, climbing up permanently, escaping their situation, the film argues that's almost structurally impossible.
In the rain, it's not just weather in this scene, is it?
Not at all. The rain is like this force of nature, pushing them back down, watching them back towards the literal bottom near the sewers. It's biblical, almost. So instead of, say, a big argument or a fight scene to show class conflict right then, Bong uses this long, exhausting descent downstairs. He makes you feel the physical weight of that downward pull, the inescapable gravity of their social position. You feel the gap between their reality and the Park's reality.
So looking back at these 5 scenes Tokyo Story, the cranes are flying, Rashomon, Children of Heaven, Parasite, Japan, Russia, Iran, South Korea, different eras, different styles. But what's the common thread? What makes them all feel so much more powerful than maybe your average blockbuster scene?
I think it comes down to this. The real power, the real magic, it isn't just about the budget or the star wattage. It's about the depth of the story, the connection to something fundamentally human, and it's about using the tools of cinema, the camera, the editing, the sound, or lack thereof with real intention, to serve that human core, not just to create spectacle.
Yeah, it's like you watch a big action sequence and it's thrilling, like a roller coaster ride. Fun while it lasts, but you forget it quickly. But these scenes, The quiet despair in Tokyo Story, the frantic spin in Grains, the moral knot of Rashomon, Ali's little running feet in Children of Heaven, that endless descent in Parasite, they stick with you. They feel like a meaningful conversation, something that resonates long after.
They engage your heart and your mind, not just your adrenaline.
So maybe the next time you see a trailer that's all explosions and noise, remember these quieter moments. Remember the lone guitarist, not just the rock concert.
And perhaps it leaves us, and you, with a thought to chew on. If these films from around the world achieve such profound impact by focusing on story, on humanity, on careful craft, what does the constant reliance on pure spectacle in so much mainstream cinema possibly tell us about what global audiences are maybe being trained to expect versus what they might actually connect with most deeply? That difference between being overwhelmed and being truly moved.